Hello everyone, I'm here in downtown Odda, Norway, and Odda. And this is like the center of the town. I guess you would definitely call this the center of the town. You have the tourist center there, the base of the Fjord right there. The hotel where I'm staying, the Hardanger Hotel, is right there. Tourist information is right there. This is like the main intersection. You can see there the roads. You have 134, 13 loops through and goes this way. You can go to Trondheim, Bergen, going this way. You go to Oslo, Stavanger, Fredrikstad that way. Also, you can go to the more close, kind of interesting places. Roldal, the Stab Church is that way. The Roldal skiing center is this way. The Lotfoss, the waterfall that's so special here, is that way. 134 takes you to Oslo. You can see that in the sign there. So we're talking about the foot traffic and the new gallery, and I wanted to explain to everyone, kind of show them the idea and the thoughts behind like the foot traffic in my gallery. So one of the locations is possible is right there. Don't really like the lighting that's there. To be able to make the tiles inside there would not be very fun, I don't think. The other place is right kind of where you see that knot sign. Looks like a knot. Right around the corner of that building there, there's the tanning salon. Again, I don't know. It's kind of shaded in there. It doesn't look the most fun. So I'm going to show you the owner of the hotel, Hardanger Hotel, who's a smart guy. I kind of told him about my plans, and originally I told him, that building and the tanning salon, and he thought it was interesting. He's like, he basically just said, but of course the best place to be would be right here, where you see where it says Sports 1. This is also an option, but again, I'm not too keen on this location because it's just right here, kind of shaded, and it's kind of, the lighting is really, natural lighting is really important when you're doing artwork like that, and that's what I've always been used to. So we're going to try. So this is where he said, the guy that owns, the owner of the Hardanger Hotel said this would be probably the best place to have the gallery, would be up this street. Okay, so you got to think about the town right now really quick. So this town, the fjord ends right here. So the center of town is right here, and then it goes up, the town goes up about a mile. And for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 blocks or so up this way is kind of stores and shops and things of that nature. Down here you have a park. The church is right there. There's a kind of a restaurant cafe there. There's kind of a burger joint there, ice cream place. The towns are a lot of kind of hardware, furniture, interior decorating shops are there, kind of along this strip. Then it kind of turns into a little bit of residential. There's a grocery store around the corner. So this is where the shopping is. So right here this is obviously an important store here, with all the hiking and outdoor stuff that goes on. That's there. We have shoe stores here, coffee shop there, cafe, clothing stores, interior decorating. Here, another salon, kind of more outdoor sporting goods stores for mainly kids. Again, this is all brand new. You get the feel that this is all kind of newly established place here. This brickwork is all very new. Some of these buildings look restored. And you see Trolltunga stuff is everywhere. It's one of the big draws here is Trolltunga. This here, you can see this is all new. One of the possible locations, again, this is that main road that goes up to Oslo. is this location here. Again, not very fond of that. Asian restaurant up there. So as you see, you come up here and you can see the sun, so there's no more buildings. It kind of opens up. There's another location down here that's a possibility. It's a jewelry store that's going to be moving out, and I couldn't quite find exactly where it was. The only jewelry store that I could find down here is right there where it says gold and silver, which is gold and silver. Maybe it's here. I'm not sure, but I still like this place over here better. So the foot traffic basically is coming up this way here. You can see there's some foot traffic, but right now it's Saturday, and this is kind of what happens in Norway on Saturdays. Tomorrow's a holiday, Pentecost. Here it's a kind of a big deal. So foot traffic comes up here, and what happens here is this is kind of where this factory kind of began, where the old factory used to be. So you see they're trying to establish this historical, the ghost of the history, the historical feeling of the area. It's being kind of celebrated. So you have these black and white murals on several of these old buildings that were part of it all, kind of telling the story, giving life to these old buildings. So these were all kind of supporting the factories here, and as you can see, this has got some activity in this area. So what I've been told is that they're trying to make the city center, the area where people come and find things interesting to do when they come here. They're trying to make it filter in up into here. So I'm actually kind of surprised. There's quite a lot of activity here right now. Lots of kids. I'm not sure what's going on. But here's the building that I really would want to get into. This is the old gatehouse. You see Iris. That's a cafe, kind of a pub. This is all new here. I would describe this as kind of like the Commons in Traverse City. So there's Iris there. That's the pub. And they're having a live concert out here. This building is it's a literature house, it's called. This used to be the bathhouse where the workers would have their locker rooms. So all these buildings here are being kind of renovated and saved and then used for different reasons. And this is the one I'm looking at here. So the upstairs right now is where they're teaching the foreign language classes, they're teaching Norwegian to foreigners. And downstairs here is basically empty. This is where the employees would check in the morning to the factory. So they would walk in here, get their time cards, and then walk through those gates into the factory. I was told that this building is going to be for sale next year or something. These are, again, there's just businesses that have come into here. This looks like Odda Voksen-opplærer. Looks like some kind of maybe eye center. Optical? I don't know for sure. So here's kind of the front door here. This would be where the downstairs is where I would be starting. As you can see, there's several rooms. I was told that it has a steel framework, which would make it easy to take down walls and stuff. But there are lots of windows back here. So each one of these rooms has, for me it would be important to have a separate rooms for one room for making clay, one room for the kilns because there's dust and smoke involved. So It's kind of what's nice there. This here, what you see, this is actually the entrance to get to the upstairs. Kind of an interesting, unusual entrance. So upstairs right now is where they're having the language classes for foreigners and Norwegian classes. And so I was told that this upstairs would be possibly available next year, within a year. They're moving the classes into one of these newer buildings that they're renovating. So, this could become some kind of, even an exhibit room for tile art. You could make it into some kind of addition to the gallery. Who knows? It could be you could invite artists and have their artwork in there as a kind of a little hall of art to look at. So again, it's the downstairs right now that I'm thinking about with the upstairs in mind. So as you go on a little farther, you'll see that other brick building that I had taken pictures of that I said is possibly an option. And that's right there, that building. So this building, it's called a union building. So this is where the factory used to be, and so they've gutted the factory basically, and they've left this kind of skeleton of the factory because they don't want to tear it all down. You'll see over there's another one of those murals that's painted on the factory building because they want people to see that this is this is what's left of the town. The whole world has kind of gone through this industrial revolution, and we've seen it through its fruition. And they don't want to necessarily tear this down because it's part of the town, kind of like the state hospital in Traverse City. This big building, I guess they're thinking about making this into part of. In 2 years, they want this to be the station where the buses come, where people come and visit the town. The business garden where I spoke and is being helped by the organization, the business garden that helps people establish businesses. That's in that brick building over there. So these are all, again, parts of this factory that used to exist. So here's this other building called Low. It's like I said, it's a union building. I think it's an interesting building. It's kind of partially occupied right now, but I was told that not very much stuff ever happens in here. It's got these political signs up. The person that owns it, I guess, is a politician and a historian and likes art. So I left a message at his house. I'm not sure if I'll hear from him or not. So this building was not part of the buildings that the business garden had circled and indicated for me as being an option. So that's why I'm not really talking about it and gung-ho about it much, because I don't know anything really about who owns it or what he wants to do with it. But again, here's the other building that would be the Spørck Tileart location, the workshop, and then the gallery eventually. So you can see here that people are starting to funnel up here and do things. So when you talk about foot traffic and location, it seems like it's in a place where they want where there's going to be a reason for people to be coming up into here. And you see right across the street, you have the grocery store. Extra is one of the grocery stores in Norway that you have all over. So that's where the post office is. Cubis is a clothing store. And then you see, again, brand new bricked sidewalk. There's the building right there. So I could put a nice sign up right there. It says Spørck Tileart. I almost would want to keep that front section the way that it is for historical purposes. Over here you have the police station, sculptures, I think that's the building where no, it's not. But there's apartments there. So this is right on the edge of where all the development is kind of the direction it's going. So it is a good location. I'm pretty sure of that. And both of them probably would be good locations. The other one, like I said, it's a little farther back, just a little slightly tucked around the corner a little bit. Right there. Again, but I don't have any clue if that's going to be an open. There's the building that I would want part of it. So I'll know a little more tomorrow, and then hopefully a lot more tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. But the fact that the business garden had indicated that's one of the locations that was an option for me tells me that they know that I can probably occupy that in some way, which I'm trusting them. That building is owned by a separate entity, and I have no clue about what his intentions and desires are. But I've been told repeatedly that artists are wanted, and I know that I have an art form that's desired, and it's interesting, and I'm just a different kind of artist. And obviously with my success in Leelanau County, I know that once I get the gallery full of tiles, it's going to be an interesting place. So it would be successful here too. So that's the kind of the little tour of where the gallery is and whatnot, and gives you guys a different perspective of what's going on with the Spørck Tileart in Odda.